Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Skillet coming to you from X4 Foundations. I am sorry. Well, things aren't going the way, I want them to. The universe is not being friendly to us split right now. Now, we are in the midst of an expansion of exploration. We are in the midst of an expansion in stations. We are doing a, what do you call it? Recycling plant. I spent $3 million to the Talati to get recycling because this is a constant combat zone. These two stations have debris fields galore. And they always need Claytronics. Claytronics is an item in almost every universe that is universally needed. It's in building stations. It's part in ships. It's Claytronics can be a weak point in a supply chain. And in this growing economy, let's find out. Claytronics. Well, that's me. Yeah, Claytronics, I don't care about you, is needed. For here, rebuilding this station is actually not Claytronics. Hull parts, turret components, energy cells. Is there... There was another place. Where was it? Okay. Did my eyes just deceive me? Also, something I want to try to do, maybe one of you out in the audience know this, but if I put... If I make it a field of dreams kind of deal, right? If I build it, will they come? If I build food manufacturing for the split in $2,000, will they start building stations here? Is that how I can edge the split into expansion? Is that a possibility? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. But this episode's not much, really. This is more of we are facing a strong headwind, and we are just being blown back time and time again. Building the station took 11 million, which I had 11 million and some change. We are growing from that change. In regards to growing the fleets, that we need to talk about. Because as my split brethren, it's dangerous in our territory to leave combat ships there for too long. It's crazy out here, right? Here's one flight of Mumbas. Oh, God, Mumbas. There was a Cobra in something, probably out of radar now. Another flight of Mumbas. Jesus, Mumbas. Mumbas. Asps. Ooh, asp and a Mumba. 2 asp and a Mumba. And a Chimera. That's what I'm used to in other universes. This loadout right here. 2 asps, a Mumba, and a Chimera. Not these 4 asps and a Chimera. Come on. Oh, hello. Dragons. They're easy enough. But Mumbas. Mumbas. Did you hear the dread in that last one? Yeah. Mumbas. It's dangerous. And you know what? We've been hanging around the Talati, and you know, some of them may want to help us, fight for freedom against the Xenon. Because that's the only ally we could really have against the Xenon and not Zyarth. So my idea, and hear me out, I know this is a little stretch, but I am facing some difficulties right now in this universe. But what if there are volunteer units? Huh? I mean, it happens all the time. We know it. The what was it? The combat unit Azul for the Germans. In World War II, the Swiss Guard for the Vatican. Volunteer units. The Rough Riders. That's not true. Don't listen to that one. But Flying Tigers. But in this case, Flying Lizards. Flying, stinking lizards. I had to let that sink in a little bit. I almost threw up in my mouth. Ugh. Talati. I mean, ugh, yeah, okay. Well, regardless, Talati. But I've had some ideas about this. So what I've been trying to do, and I will be very, very honest, I have been failing every single time. And it's getting back to basics, right? Because one thing that I did mention is we haven't done that basic kind of mentality, other than mining, other than trying to fight for survival. We haven't went pirating until now. And let me congratulate this one. Oh, where'd he go? This one little guy right here. A part of our volunteer unit. I think I put him with a split anyway. Yeah, I stacked him with a split. Our little oh my gosh. Our little volunteer unit. Now, he's the start. He's the start. We're going to go after more Minotaur Raiders. They are abundant enough in... where is it? Grand Exchange. But one thing I've tried for... Good, he's still here. Is large ships. I've tried for a number of Phoenixes. I've tried for this behemoth. They die. And it's not because of me. It is not because of me. I was following this guy, and then he went and raided the graphene refinery, which then called in the Ministry of Finance and Talati Company, and they murdered him. Every time I try to get a Phoenix, Vanguard, Sentinel, that was the first behemoth I was going to go after. But every other time I've seen a Phoenix, I'll take out its engines, and then lo and behold, not even 5 minutes later, here comes the Ministry of Finance. Here comes Talati Company. And in front of them is a number of torpedoes. Or dumbfire missiles. Just pew, pew, pew. I've lost at least 120 Marines. Because, what, 20 in the boas, and I was just doing it with the 2 boas and the Cobra. And then that's 60. And that was twice. I've done it at least 4 times now. So I've lost more than 120 Marines, but it's impossible. Oh, not only did we get the Minotaur, I forgot. We did get another little guy. Where is he? Come here, little guy. We also got a Discoverer Sentinel from the Duke's Buccaneers. Yes. That one was a fight and a half, and he doesn't even have mods on it, so I'm kind of disappointed. But I think the mods are only for the Prometheus and... what's the other one? Prometheus... what is their other medium ship? I can't remember the name. Nemesis? I think it's the Nemesis. I think it's just the Prometheus and the Nemesis. Or maybe it's just parentage ships. I honestly, I can't remember. But that's where we are. I'm in dire straits. Now, when I'm thinking of, volunteer battalions, oh, we won't go there. We will actually take a look here. Because if we're going to talk about Talati ships, right? Got the Buzzard. We'll do to this. We'll have to do Mark III because they suck. We can do that, and then Ministry of Finance has blast mortars, but we are more in line with the company, so we can do something like this, right? So we have the Buzzard Vanguard, and then we also have the Falcon Vanguard. Which the Falcon might be a little more equipped to do what we need to do as, like, fighter superiority ship. But it's not... Give me that. And give me that for DP, damage over time. Yeah, because it's going to cut down to speed, right? So the Buzzard Vanguard... We take the Buzzard, let's throw a combat on there. That's 205, right? 252. Now, let's say we magically, and we can, it's not magic, but we can do this. We can get, split all round. That's 272. 285, which isn't the worst, right? It's not the worst, but certainly not the best. Certainly not the best. And if we could do that with the Falcon, that's 369. We are getting better. But this is the biggest trade-off with the Falcon, is one less gun and less hull. Their shields are the same. Speed's different, and maybe we can get a few Falcons. Maybe 3 to 4. And then intercept for the wing of Buzzards. And if we have 3 to 4... Well, no, let's try to go for 6. 2 intercepts each. Because 2 is just better than 1, especially if it's going to go against an M or an N. A P would... No, it'd be good against that. And then we have a flight, a squad of Buzzards, 4. We'll do it the more German mentality of the 4. Was it Schleffens, or whatever their fighter squads were called. We'll do it like that, because 4 is going to be better than 3, and they're going to be backed up with the dragons. And this idea comes from this gate right here. If we can, we have, how many dragons we got right now in this group? 5. We've got 5 dragons. If we do 2, that's 3 groups of volunteers to hold the gate. That should be doable. In regards to the number. Hello, Kukri. Oh. Huh. Where'd you have your fight at? Why are you so damaged? I want that guy to just roll up and get demolished. That would be kind of funny. But that's gonna leave That factory, which is not far down. And this guy, look at this guy. And this is another thing. So if we get the flight of the dragons and buzzards and falcons, right? And then we go for a monitor, an auxiliary ship, and we put that with the fleet, we should have enough sustainability to hold the gate long term. And we can always add more dragons, we can always add more flights as we gain money. Because we're already at 1 million. Cha-ching. But once we get the Claytronics factory up and running, we're going to need that flight to not just hold the gate, but we'll also need them to start pushing into certain sectors to be able to hold on to certain areas as an area defense force. We've used this in the past with some other universes. 2 universes ago, we've used the monitor as its own. I'm not going to call it a carrier, but literally that, because the mobile equipment dock that the monitor has a lot more options. We can trade out weapons. We can do certain things with the monitor that you can't do with a carrier. A carrier there is to rearm and repair. With the monitor, you can rearm, repair, refit. And that means not just software, but hardware. So you have a little more functionality with the monitor. And that should give us a good spot. Now, the downside with using the monitor is it's going to have to, unless they change the rules, asterisk, big asterisk, unless they change the rules, the monitor would have to rely on supply from its home sector. So, tellurium, silicon. Weapon components, we can kind of piece together the energy cells and hull parts. We can do that. That's not a big deal. We need to swing on through Zyarth one more time. Me thinking out loud. Just to see how they're doing. Because Xenon keep pouring through this gate. But yeah, that is an update. We're going to get back to... What are you guys doing down here? Oh, my little sentinel's done. Look at that guy. Are you a plunderer? Yes. Watch. No, you, sir. You, sir. Where'd you go? You're gonna go there, aren't you? Follow. We're gonna try this again. Come here, Chimera. Follow. It's a destroyer. What fleets are just roaming around? Hopefully he doesn't go through the gate. He's going to go through the gate. I was hoping he was going to go off to the side somewhere, like most pirates do. But we're going to get back to basics, because we need to. We're going to come up with battalion or volunteer regiments, or fighter wings. We need to be able to start building up. And right now, we don't have that ability. Preventative measures. There was one here, wasn't there? That's just preventative measures. 73,000. I mean, for the most part, money making's not bad. We just don't have the fleet capacity. And we'll get there. We'll get there. But this was a lot of talking. This was a lot of catching up. A lot of time has passed. And this month might be a little tougher for me. I'm going through some life changes, which... Well, life changes. Things are moving in a direction where I'm going to have to start also moving in a different direction. And, you know, that's life for you, right? That's just life. But this is going to be Skillet signing off for now. There is going to be more. It might be a little more lengthy between time, giving me, more time to do things within the universe. But yeah, I've been hitting somewhat of a wall already. But we're going to try. We're going to get back to basics. We're going to be pirates. Have a plan. We're going to continue with that. But this is going to be Skillet signing out. I will catch you guys again next time.